Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm the Seven Swords, and we are still at Clockwork Castle, although we're getting close to the end. We'll be here a lot though for the future. Um, Sarah's been busy. I think it's been about a day since I ended the last recording. Mostly she was doing some grinding. She was going to do a lot more. I was planning on getting a bunch of rings made and enchanting them. I do know about the ability to basically make an enchanting potion, then make a ring of alchemy, and then making another enchanting potion while wearing that ring and improving your quality over and over and over again. I think that still works. I'm not entirely sure. I was planning on doing some of that, but well, oops, didn't mean to pick up that platter. Am I going to be able to put it back, or is that not possible? We're gonna see if we can. Not that one. There we go. Wait. I've noticed this issue. I noticed this issue last time, and I'm wondering if. There we go. Not go back where I wanted it to go, but I also learned how to move things. There we go. Um, but yeah, I was planning on doing a lot more grinding, but I realized Lydia has our Lydia has a lot of our stuff. Lydia has our enchantables, our soul gems. She has a bunch of our equipment. She has all of our books. And so we don't have that stuff. So we can't really do a lot of enchanting right now because of that. I will plan on moving. I am going to take all of this non-enchanted stuff with me because we're going to swing by the mages area real quick. And anything that I have on me that's equipment that I don't need at the moment is going to go in there. I also turned it off in the bedroom for I was getting ready to do things. I plan on releasing eventually a video of basically this music box. When you open it, will play. They're scattered around the house now. Um, we're gonna find Lahar and talk to him about that. I usually close them because while I love the song, it is kind of it'll literally break my brain if I hear it too much. Because I literally will just lose focus of all things. Wow, I really peaked there. I apologize for that sudden burst of
Can I
noise.
help you with something?
Um, yeah, where did the music boxes come from?
I am not sure. I noticed them after leaving you and Lavash too on the roof. It is quite strange.
Um, okay. Um, can I
Yes,
ask you something?
I shall endeavor to answer.
Um, since you can use the time machine, the travel machine, and I can't,
Yes,
could you deliver a message for me?
no, I won't do that.
Why not?
Our greatest defense here is our isolation and our obscurity. No one can take the castle from us if they do not know it exists. I apologize if you wish to send a distress message, but I cannot risk our safety here.
You were you're content to let me leave though?
You are not our prisoner. I will not control your actions. However, I will not act to risk Clockwork Castle myself.
I guess that makes sense. Um, Lamashtu said you were the father of the gilded, that you created them?
Yes,
Oh, I hate it when I do that.
hello. Do you? Yes, I shall endeavor to
I really
answer.
just use the keys to try and use it, since that's usually easier to tell which one's selected.
While I respect Lamash Two's wisdom, she must be mistaken. I am just the caretaker.
Okay.
Let me know
Um,
if you need anything else.
Yeah, I will. As we can tell, he doesn't kind of agree with Lamashtu's thinking that he is the father of the Gilded. I don't think she's wrong. I don't think he is anymore. I think who he used to be is the father of the Gilded. Who he is now is simply the caretaker. He's simply a caretaker of the castle. He simply um, takes care of it. He doesn't. He doesn't. He personally doesn't remember being them, being the keeper. And I kind of want to make some apple fritters or apple dumplings or whatever I was just looking at. I can't really remember what they're called. I call them fritters because that's what I'm used to. None in there. Oh, I guess that means we don't have the apples for it. That's okay. If we don't have the apples for it, it's fine. I actually came in here because I'm going to put my food away and then I'm going to grab some finished meals to take with us on this little expedition down into the Undercroft because that is what we're going to go do. Um, this should be it. This should be the last episode of us being in Clockwork Castle. As far as the mission goes, we will come. We're obviously going to be using this as our base of operation. Sarah has made that decision that she's going to use this as her base of operation and her home. I don't know if I had it when I was last when you guys were last here. I now have a silver version of that mask that she found, which I really like. Actually, let's try this. I nope. I was hoping it would work really well because I wanted the symbols on it, but I do not like that appearance. So we're just gonna keep with the hood we currently have because I like how it melds into the rest of the outfit. That feels like you could tell that it's not part of the outfit.
There
That
is
it's just
something
sitting on
I can
top of
do
it.
for you.
Some people might like that. Some people might not. Okay, and there's another one in here somewhere. Let's see where are you? There you are. Like I said, I like the music normally, but I'm not gonna sit here and um, I'm gonna take this stuff out of here before the physics engine decides it wants to have a problem. Let's see. I want to put the books away, which I'll click there to do that. Let's put the soul gems away. Those away. My bloodlust is getting strong again. Um, that is the one thing currently pushing us towards finishing this as quickly as possible. That is a mechanic, as blood is not something that they'll have handled in here. Um, I can't really hate on that. I really wasn't trying to hate on the food problem, like I said before, but I was pointing out that if you are playing in survival, that might be something to take into consideration if you want to be prepared for this. Obviously, like I showed, you can get through it, but I will warn you, it is not easy, as you most likely saw. All right, let's put all of our non-enchanted stuff into here, just so I can choose to go to enchant it later. Um, this is the outfit I plan on wearing for a while. I might change it again eventually. There are some things I can think of that would be better than this. Mostly a replacement for the mask because of quality. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm betting we're not wearing our mage's circlet. Oh no, we are. It doesn't get taken off by the mask. I actually like that, although I'm not entirely sure what it would look like. Let's see if we can find out. Can I remove... Let's remove the hood real quick. And not be wearing a hood underneath. Yeah, you can kind of see it, but not really. It's like under the mask, which is fine by me, and it's usually concealed by the hood, so it's not that big of a deal. That necklace, that fragment of the necklace that we have, we can't take off. Well, we can't put it away because it's a quest item. So let's go talk to Labashtu. We will tell her that we are ready to go and to get this taken care of. I'm ready to go back. Let's let's do this.
We shall likely find shadow in the Immortal where the gilded were made. It is in direction of flow, deep in Erndy realm. The door was locked last I was there, but I should be able to open it. Be aware that my brethren will attack me just as they do you. I cannot die, but I shall wear this, so that you do not mistake me for the enemy. Do not mistake me for the enemy. To reiterate, we need to defeat my shadow, not kill her. We can't kill her, she's a ghost. However, it will let me cast a soul trap spell on her, and we can be reunited. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Um, I like how she's like, we need to, we're not going to kill her. Like she's trying to tell me not to kill her, and then she says that she can't kill her. Like it's like she wasn't pointing it out because of the fact that we couldn't, that she thought I might want to. She was pointing it out that we can't, that it's not possible to kill her.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Excuse me?
Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
How did you? How did what the? Okay, that actually surprised me, actually. I've never seen him do that before. I've seen him show up here, which I was going to just play it off as her being, like, really stranged out by the fact that he was here and, like, wondering how he got here and then just basically saying courier magic. But I think I just actually witnessed courier magic. The flip? Where did he... Normally he just hangs out here. Normally he doesn't just poof out of existence. This is definitely going in the book of I believe the courier might have magic abilities. Holy crap, that was weird. All right, let's head down into the mausoleum. Get started. Oh. Oh, look, there she is.
She knows something is wrong. We shall need to search her out.
Okay. Huh. You think she knows something is wrong because this time I actually attacked her? When all the other times I just kind of stood at her? Stared at her? I thought she ran off, but I guess not. I guess she just poofs. Alright, and I need to remember that we need to turn directly to the right to avoid waking those three up in that room. Trying not to fight more of the gilded. Because fighting with her here is a pain in the rear. Because even though she put that scarf on, which I think is helpful, it's not like it's a really big indication of who she is versus who they are. So I will be trying to avoid them as much as I can. Obviously, if I have to fight them, I don't really have an issue with that. Much like them, she cannot be killed. I do kind of find it annoying that the render distance of the game is kind of screwing with some of the distance sight, but I can understand why. And it's probably a settings thing I could change to fix that, but it's not that big of a deal to me. I can only see it at some points in here and not at all points, so it's not like it's a huge deal. We're going to take the elevator down, because that'll take us to the bottom very quickly. We're heading back to that place that had the, it was locked before. It's over past this area. I always thought that these forges were really cool. Again, I love this mod design, this mod author's design, and how he made it all this work. There we go. Alright. And now we move into here. This should be the area we're looking for.
This is it. The Immortal lies just beyond. It has not been disturbed for centuries, perhaps millennia.
There we go. There might be gilded down here, I don't remember.
Shadow is in here somewhere.
Gilded sarcophagus. These are pretty weird. They all need keys though.
There she is.
Found her.
I am sorry.
The Silent Hill siren has always been a problem to me. It is very loud. I did level up while we were off screen. Now we have to deal with Gilded. Nope, found her.
She has hidden somewhere again.
Sorry if I'm not talking much, I'm kind of focusing on fighting. Better get some healing in real quick. And let's do a Rise of Magicka for boosting my health, my magical regen. Then we'll switch back over to Phenomenon. Where is she? So far she's hidden in coffins that we haven't opened yet, so is she in this one? Yep.
I have her. She. It's been so long. Don't go. Don't leave. Don't go out there. Stay here.
Who are you talking to?
I am here. I am with you.
Am I speaking to both Lamashtu and Shadow?
No. Yes. I am unsure. The spell caught her soul and drew it into me. She is in my crystalline heart now. Yes. I am in your heart. I had thought that she was the missing part of me, that she was what I was missing. But it was like looking at my reflection.
I'm gonna take a look around real quick. Just make sure there's nothing worth taking with us.
Yes. I woke you on the slab. Yes. She woke me on the slab.
There's probably a lot of this that's trying to do like storytelling from this point, like talking about how like they were using Dwemer armor to forge into their bodies and stuff like that. I'm I think it was all very good and done, but I don't quite understand a lot of it. Like I said, I understand what they was going on. I kind of get the story of what they were trying to do, but there is a lot of this stuff that's kind of confusing to me. I also noticed I can close these sarcophaguses, can I? So can I get into... Nope, it won't let me. Can't close myself in. I guess you wouldn't want to. I also find it strange that some of them have some bodies in it. Like, were these were they put it into these, were their skeletons put into these and then dropped in to be gilded? Or are these... I don't know. Strange. It's also weird that they call them sarcophaguses when they weren't dying. Well, I guess they were dying. It also says, she also says how like she remembers like being, like the last thing she heard while alive was being gilded, which really scares me because that means that she went through the process of being gilded while being alive, which means her flesh would have been burnt off her skin while her flesh would have been burnt off her bones while she was alive, which I can kind of understand why, but that pain alone I feel like would be enough to traumatize anyone, let alone having their soul ripped out of their body and shoved in a gilded machine. But I don't know. It's an odd thought process, especially with this mod. Um, I have always enjoyed the story. I've always wanted to share it, so it was definitely one of the mods I wanted to do for this Let's Play. I really don't want you to be with me anymore because you're using way too much fireballs. Let's get out of here. I almost called her Lizzie. Sarah probably doesn't mind her being with her, but I don't like Lamashtu because of the fact that she does use explosive fireballs, and that's a lot for me to take in with area of effect and stuff like that. So I just want us to get out of here and be done with this. I like the mod. I like the castle. I'm not a huge fan of... I don't know if I'm not a fan of how long it takes, or if it's just I've done it more than once and it's a little tedious to do the second time through. I still enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed going through it again, and I got jump scared a couple of times. Um, Even on my second and third time through. So I my overall thoughts the mod, because we are heading to the exit. This is it. We're pretty much done at this point. We have a little bit more we can do with Labosh too, but not much. Mostly just talking to her and talking to Shadow. But I definitely like the characters in this. I definitely like the gameplay. I also really enjoy the fact that it's not only clever and it fits in Skyrim lore, but it's like the Gilded are really well done. Like, I like the fact that they speak. I like the fact that they're an enemy. I like the fact that there's actually an interest to them. It's not just like, oh, I made a really nice house and that's about it. They made a really nice house, and then they also added in an entire story, an entire reason for an entirely new enemy that you've never dealt with before. Did Lamashtu literally hear me and like bugger off back home without me? Like, I'm not worried about her because I know she can't die. Nope, she's just got lost somewhere. Probably play Skyrim pathfinding at its best. We are almost finished though. As far as how the courier gets here, again, from a player's perspective, I understand the fact that he just spawns wherever the outside world is, and this is part of the outside world. But my thought process for how he gets here, courier magic. He can travel through the dimensions between space, or something like that. We get to here.
Before you leave, I have a spell to teach you. If you are familiar, it is similar to mark and recall magic, though in combination. Casting it somewhere will mark the spot on which you stand and transport you instantly to the travel machine here. You can then configure the travel machine to return you to the location marked by the spell. Please, hold still for a moment. There. It is done. Now, you can leave. I will not stop you. However, it is just Nahar and I here. We do not sleep, and we do not need all this space. You can stay, if you wish. You can call Clockwork Castle home. You can stay. Do you
Thanks.
have something to say?
Sure. Can I ask Shadow something?
Yes, ask your
Oh.
questions. Very well. No. Yes. I am her, and she is me. I am unsure.
Um, why did you keep me from leaving Clockwork Castle? If you, um, if you can answer that.
I am her, and she is me. It is difficult to explain my thoughts from when. My thoughts as a shadow. I think perhaps there were no thoughts, only feelings. I was lonely. Death is eternal loneliness. I called out to you, and kept you close, because I was lonely. I think I did the same to that man. Ludwig. Yes, Ludwig. Though with him, I don't think it was needed. And yet I couldn't speak. Not to him, or to you. Not even to myself. I I couldn't do it. I may have answers. If there is nothing else.
And that's it. That's officially the end of Clockwork Castle. Um, I can still talk. I obviously still have to ask her about her voice. He basically just explains that it's not her voice, it's the machine reverberating and making noise for her. Um, I think we've done everything with
Now that you are
Lahar.
free to come and go, we can begin adding mementos of your achievements to the armory. I shall take care of the work, but do visit the armory from time to time.
So basically, what he's saying is, like I pointed out with the armory at the very back, there is a spot at the armory where basically the game will keep track of all of our accomplishments and finishing touches. I'm going to leave this one running. I'm not entirely sure where it is either, and I don't feel like trying to stop it. But as we can see, we have the Dragonstone of Bleak Falls Barrow. We have a copy of the Sarthal Ruins Amulet. We also have this one, which this one is um, something from the College of Winterhold. If we go on to this side, there is nothing on this side yet. But basically, this is a like trophies room of everything we've done in Skyrim so far. So I will be coming back here and we will be exploring this, but I will most likely be doing it for just sentimental reasons. Um, I just would think that the way that it's working is that she's doing this and she's doing it to like remember her time in Skyrim. Um, we will be putting armor on these stands. I will most likely be putting armor of importance. I might try to get, depending on how many mannequins there are, I've never really counted to figure it out, but we might also have one mannequin for each type of armor there is in the game, or at least some of the armors in the game, but I will most likely be putting stuff on it that's specific to her. But we are completed. This is it. Clockwork Castle is now our home. We can now live here as much as we want, use it as storage like we've been doing, but now it's official. Um, I am going to head back to Skyrim now. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck was that? Not sure what that noise was. But we're going to head to Windhelm, as we discussed before. The reason is still the same. Head to the Windhelm, take care of the stuff. I just sent all my stuff to the kitchen. I will be back. We will be heading to Windhelm. I will bring you guys back before I walk through the travel machine. I just need to go get the food I just accidentally put away. So I will see you guys when I get back. Alright, we're back again. I went and got the food and then came back. It was real quick and easy. Ooh, gloves. I will take the gloves. But this is how the travel machine works. It's nothing very special, but what it does, basically, we walk into the shiny light.
Mahulak. He wants to be a leader, but spends too much time moping over women. Bolar and I should be all he needs.
Who the heck is this person?
Orc chiefs should be strong and stand alone. They need no companions. Progeny.
I don't know who this person is. This is out of character. I seriously do not know. She doesn't normally show up here. I am noticing our carry weight's still pretty bad. Oh, I'm holding all the Dwarven armor. But yeah, this is where we're at. I will bring you guys back again when I get rid of this armor. Alright, back again, and that orc lady is gone. I'm pretty sure she must be from a orc stronghold, but I have no idea why she would have appeared here, of all places. We do have some food in here. Not entirely sure what this room is, but basically we have this, which if you come here normally, like if you come here before the quest, you do the quest, you'll find these rooms. They're either going to be locked from that door, or these gates will be closed and locked, and that won't be active, obviously. But we can now head out to the Windhelm docks. Checking on my recording, it kind of bugged up there for a moment. I wanted to make sure it was all right.
Skyrim isn't very friendly for Argonians, so we mostly just keep out of the way.
But we've gotten back to Windhelm, and we're now here. She's probably a little annoyed that it's not up on the actual parts of the city. Normally, I would probably just walk across.
I trust you're not planning any trouble.
Oops.
What can I do for you, friend?
I thought this led into the city.
Huh? What's that now? The Nords don't appreciate us. But so what? I don't appreciate them. Back.
I'm gonna go back out. Sorry, wrong door. Let's see. How do I get back into the city? Oh, here we go. I'm not used to the docks, so even I personally wasn't entirely sure what I was doing there. I've been there before, I just never tried to leave them before. I normally just fast travel from them. Which is one reason survival mode's interesting. It keeps me from fast traveling, so I get to see a lot more of Skyrim than I normally do. The ability to fast travel is now kind of unlocked, because now we can at least travel from anywhere to Clockwork Castle, and then from Clockwork Castle to where we traveled from, or to any of the holds. We can even head to Solstheim, though if we try to do that, it will basically tell us we can't do that. It won't work for some reason, and Ludwig will say that it's possible that the travel machine is broken from the other end, and that we need to go there to realign it, which it's the game's way of taking care of the fact that, according to get to Solstheim, for any reason, you have to go through the little intro sequence of getting going to Solstheim. We will see that when we go to Solstheim. Oh crap. Well, time to fight a dragon. You know, we're back in Skyrim. Do a really cool outro at that point, normally. But, not my type of thing. Not to mention, I'm not finished with this episode yet. The horses are attacking. Alright. And now we can actually loot this without fear of not having enough inventory, because we can just head back to the castle, drop off our stuff, and be all good.
Dead then.
There she is again. I have no idea who this person is. Weird. Like I said, I'm under the impression she's probably a named orc from one of the strongholds. I haven't done the orc strongholds very much. I've done a little bit of their quests, but not much. So I'm not entirely sure on who they all are. And I can tell, I think she's an orc, and I think she's probably, and she was saying something about a chieftain of a stronghold. So I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be like some kind of chieftain of a stronghold. Holds like, I want to say wife, but I'm pretty sure that's not the right word. I also don't feel like concubine is the right word, but something along those matters. But now that we've been back to this, we will go back to doing the main quest. Not the main quest. We will go back to doing the quest that we were doing prior to getting torn away from Skyrim so abruptly.
You hear that? I swear there's something out there. In the dark.
Probably another dragon. Maybe. I swear I just heard a dragon's roar. I'm gonna summon the darn things by saying their names. Or by saying their species. At least they're easier to take down now. And they're at least valuable. So that's useful. Though I wish I could do more with their bones and their scales. Oh. Okay, something is definitely feeling odd about this. Oh. Whoa. The flip is with these zombies all over the place. Looks like that giant's getting a fun time taking them out. I wonder if I could take on a... Holy moly. I think he may have just sent that zombie literally to Aetherius. Not by killing him, but literally sending him there through the sky. Oh, nope. There he is. I was about to say, I wonder if I could take down a giant with Phenomenon, but I'm not even going to test that. No, thank you. The focus. I normally would have her go find Lydia and get all of her stuff so I could go do some grinding, but I wanted her to get back to the quest, so we're going to do that. Oh. Were you really that nervous about a rabbit?
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Never mind. Probably isn't very happy to be back in Skyrim now. That's probably put a damper on her mood. She probably was happy to be back at first, but then she remembered that she hasn't had a very warm welcome. Although the college has been relatively nice, and she doesn't think the college members would judge her for being a vampire. I don't know, because the game doesn't really do that. but she probably is happy to be home, or at least back in Skyrim and be free of the Clockwork Castle. Um, Probably doesn't have anything against Clockwork Castle. She just probably doesn't like being penned in and trapped. Probably is happy to finally have a home. But yeah. So out of curiosity, just to know how much liberation I have with this whole um, with the whole inventory thing, because I can't go back to Clockwork Castle inside of buildings. It doesn't work. I have to be outside in a travel area where I can basically use fast travel to get there. So we have 425 in total if I use Rise of Magicka. So that'll be fine. We'll go ahead and take care of this. We've put off Mazulf long enough. That will be in the next episode, though. We will be going into Mazulf and taking care of Mazulf so that we can find the staff of find the Synod and see if they know anything about the staff of Magnus, so that we can use it to deal with the Eye of Magnus back at the college before Ancano gets his way. I'm guessing it's been probably like a weekend game. I'm not entirely sure. It might have only been a few days, but I'm guessing we're gonna say for storyline wise it's been about a week. So she's probably under the impression she still has time, but she wants to move quickly, and she doesn't feel like going back to the college would help, since she doesn't even know if the Synod have left here yet. She's hoping they're still here, and thanks to game mechanics, they will still be here. But that'll be the next one. See y'all next time. Bye.